Okay, so we are going to begin today with a demonstration on our half-scale thumbnail sketches for our motorboat designs. So some basics with technical drawing, over and above what we've talked about in class, are some tools that you're going to be using. I have in front of me here a scale, which we can use. It's a little different than a ruler like we've talked about in class. I made sure that I have a very sharp pencil. If you have a mechanical pencil, that's fine to work with too. I have a French curve that I'll be utilizing, possibly on this drawing, if not this drawing, one of my later drawings, and a good eraser. So all of these things are things that you're going to want to have to work with on your drawings. So with orthographic drawings, like we talked about, we have multiple views. We have a top view of our object, a side view, and an end view. So when we're just doing your rough sketches, that's what we want to focus on doing. So we're actually going to begin with the top view of your boat. Now remember, the dimensions of our boat are 4 inches wide, 9 inches long, and 1 inch in height. So if we take a look at the grid paper that we have here, 1 block is equivalent to 1 inch. So if we count across, there's 9 blocks long, 4 blocks wide, and 1 block tall in height. Now to begin, let's point out some areas on our technical drawing page. The line that is going the entire way around, that's known as our border line. So it's the border of our page. And at the bottom, this area that goes across the bottom is called our title block. Now when we do technical drawing, we always write in all capital letters. And we really want to try to utilize the font type single stroke Gothic. So it should be clear and it should be neat. You'll notice that I have some construction lines here to help get you started. So you want to stay inside those construction lines. So you'll begin by putting your name on the page, again in all caps. And if you have room, please put the section of your class. So I'm going to do this one for 7-6. Our scale is 1/4, so we're going to put that over here using a colon. So this is 1/4 the final size. So this is 4 times smaller than what our actual size will be. And today's date is 4/4/17. Okay, so let's begin with our top view. So this will be the front of our boat. We can see that there's a 45-degree angle on our side view, so this is also going to be the front of our boat. Now halfway on either side of the width of my boat would be 2 blocks. So I'm going to start right in the center of the top of my boat, and I'm going to give the front of my boat a little bit of an angle. So I'm going to come back 2 blocks on this side, and then come back 2 blocks on this side. Now it needs to be symmetrical. So what that means is whatever I do on one half of my boat, I should be doing the same thing on the other half. So if I come back 2 blocks here, I come back 2 blocks here. Now notice how I'm utilizing the entire area of the construction line layout that's here, the 4x9 area. I've seen people make their boats way too small in here, or they'll go outside these small dashed construction lines. You don't want to do that. That'll kind of mess with the buoyancy of your boat. So you want to try to utilize as much area as you can. Now I'm going to use my French curve here. A lot of times people misconstrue what a French curve should be used for. That doesn't mean that's what my boat's going to look like or a certain area. I'm just going to grab one location on my French curve. So I just want this tiny area here to be curved in. So what I'll do is I'll use my tool to help draw that curve. So I draw it on this side of my boat. I'm going to flip my French curve over so I can get the same area. And I'm going to draw on this side of my boat. So now I have 2 curves that come in about a half a block and are 2 blocks long. And it'll come almost the whole way down to the end on both sides. And then I want just a little bit of a curve across the back of my boat. Actually, this looks a little more like an angle, but I want there to be a slight curve across the back of my boat. And then I want to come in, and again I'm going to have a curve back here. Okay, so there's another portion that we need to add to the top view of our boat, and that's the area that's going to hold our battery pack and our cargo or payload, and that's going to eventually be a candy bar. So the area that I want to leave for that can be adjusted. The candy bar is roughly 2.5 by 1.5 inches, and the battery pack can vary, but most of them are about 4.5 by 1.5. So I need an area that's at least 7 blocks long, which is pretty long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, gotta come up pretty far. Hopefully I'll have enough room. I guess I can't come up the whole way to 7 because otherwise I'll have a hole in my boat. So hopefully my battery pack area will fit in. So I'm going to come across here and connect it. And connect. I have to erase this extra little line I had at the top. So that area is going to have to hold my battery pack and my cargo. Now that's my top view. To do my side view, the top of my boat should be perfectly flat. So when I'm looking at my boat from the side, it should be perfectly flat. So I'm just going to trace the line that's there. And the bottom of my boat should be pretty much flat the whole way across. The only thing that I might change up is adding a little bit of a curve, more of a curve to the back or more of a curve to the front. Now you can adjust this as you're going, but a lot of people want their boat to be a little bit more hydrodynamic, so they'll adjust the side view from what that might look like. And my end view is going to, again, be straight across the top because we're not going to add anything to the top yet. And the only thing that people sometimes add is they taper a little bit on the sides, their end view. Sometimes people also will add little runners underneath that allow water to pass through. And that's fine if you want to add something like that also. So here I've got my top, my side, and my end view. Now the only thing that we should add that we haven't yet would be hidden lines, and hidden lines will depict for us where there's an object that is there but we can't see it. So on our top view we know we have this cutout. On the side view, if we were looking directly into the boat from the side, we wouldn't know it's there. So what we should do is show that those lines are there with what we call hidden lines. So to do that, all you have to do is, if this is the back part of where my cutout for my battery pack is going to be, if I line my scale up with that line and I follow it straight down, I'm going to draw a dashed line there, and then again at the front that comes down. And I don't want this cutout that I'm going to make to go the whole way through my boat, because that would make a hole. So I'm going to come down roughly halfway, maybe 3/4 of the way, and continue my dashed lines across. So now we can see, I'm not going to shade this area, but if I shaded it completely the whole way across, that this area right here is actually going to be where the cutout is if I could see through my boat, if it was invisible to see through. Now I'd have to do the same thing at my end view. So here I can see, okay, well, this is 1 block in here and 1 block in from this side. So if we project that down to this end, and if I come 1 block in, it would start here. It's 2 blocks wide if I take a look at my top view. And I should only be coming down halfway. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I'm looking for in your thumbnail sketches. I should see 4 different drawings, each one depicting a different type of top view and slight adjustments to your side and end view. You want to make sure, again, you are using tools. You should have single straight lines. It should be clean. I shouldn't see double edges anywhere or big erase marks. And again, you should be using pencil.